Hello, and welcome back to Yoga for Kids and Their Adults. My name's Tony. I'm here at Me Time LLC, a massage and yoga studio here in Troy, Alabama. This program is sponsored in part by the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. They are a pediatric physician and dental office taking care of children from birth to age 19. They fund this program through a grant that they receive from the Children's Trust Fund, whose purpose is to prevent child abuse and neglect. So welcome back. I hope you've been having fun this month with all of our yoga routines, or last month. That's right. We are in a new month. We are in May. And you might have heard the April showers bring May flowers. So I thought, wouldn't it be lovely to have a yoga routine as a flower? We can engage our imagination. We can breathe and grow just like a flower does this time of year. And if you're from like the southeast region, you might even notice some of the blackberries starting to come and become ripe and blossoming and making all those little berries, all the things that let us know that spring is definitely here and summer's not too far away. So if you are ready for me, all you're going to need is just a little bit of space. If you have a yoga mat, you can use it. If not, you can use a towel, a blanket, a rug, or even just the bare floor, assuming that you're not outside and there's no like ants and like other hazards around. Make sure if you're practicing with a buddy that you have space that you can move without, running into them or knocking them over, because that's no fun for anyone. And make sure you have a nice, quiet, secure place so you don't have to worry about people running through or dogs charging after you or ponies running at you, whatever it happens to be. So once you have your place settled, let us begin. So, as a flower, how do flowers start? Well, they start like any plant. They start in a seed. So go ahead and come to your bottom, onto the ground, come down into easy pose. And what we're doing here is we are planting the seed that will become our flower. Go ahead and crisscross applesauce with your legs here. Sit upright, have your shoulders up tall, have your head up tall, eyes level with the ground, and your hands here on your lap. You can have them palm up, palm down, whatever you're comfortable with. So once you're here, we're going to pretend that we are a sunflower seed. Now, sunflowers are some of my very favorite plants because they grow up real big and tall, and they're beautiful, and they move to face the sun. And I love how they look once they're up and grown, just as they turn through the day and follow the sun. And that's kind of what we do too. We get up and we grow and we follow the brightest path for us. So as you're sitting here in easy pose or crisscross applesauce, I want you to start to breathe. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth in a sigh. So it's a nice deep, full body breath. Exhale with a sigh. Let's do that 2 more times for a total of 3, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. And what we've done is when you first plant that seed for your flower, does it grow right away? Or does it take a moment and rest to prepare for the energy it's about to expend? That's exactly what we're doing. We're preparing for the energy we're going to spend growing up into a flower. So, now that we're here, let's go ahead and put some roots down. You can take out one of your legs, doesn't matter which one first. And we're just going to have it out and the other one still bent. The bottom of your foot is right up against your thigh. You're going to breathe in, lengthen and straighten your spine, turn and look at your foot, and reach out towards your feet with your hands. And this is going to be a nice low back and hip stretch here. Now, if you can't quite reach your foot, that's fine. Just reach whatever part of your leg that you can reach. If you can reach past your foot, good for you. And just try to grab on and hold on and get that nice stretch going. Remember to be kind to yourself in all of these postures. We don't want to overdo it, overstretch, or hurt ourselves in any way. Okay, one more breath. And then walk your hands up as you exhale. Lengthen and straighten your spine with an inhale. Turn and face the front and relax. Let's do that one more time. Make sure we have everything stretched out. So inhale, lengthen and straighten your spine. Turn and face your foot. Reach for it, or whatever part of your leg you can reach. And hold on to it. We're going to hold this for about 3 to 5 breaths. You're going to feel that nice stretch here into your hip, maybe down to your thigh if you're really tight. You might feel it go up your back and on your side here. Last inhale. Exhale and walk your hands up. Turn to face the front. Now we're going to swap legs, putting out more roots. Now, what do plants or what do seeds need to grow? They need a little water and sunlight, right? So here we are exercising our roots, trying to pull that water in so we can grow up into a big, beautiful flower. So nice deep inhale, lengthen and straighten your spine, turn and look at your foot that's stretched out. Exhale and reach for it. Now, if you can't reach your foot, just reach whatever part of your leg you can. If you can reach past your foot, just try to focus on your foot and hold it. And you might even play with it a little bit while you're stretching. And we're holding each position here at about 3 to 5 breaths. And then on your last inhale, go ahead and walk yourself back up. Exhale, turn and face the front. How are you feeling? Are your roots gathering up all that they need for our big explosive growth spurt? Awesome. Let's turn and do this one more time. Make sure we have all the tools that we need. So inhale, lengthen and straighten your spine. Imagine that there's a string at the top of your head pulling you upward. Turn and face your foot and reach for your foot. Once more, we're stretching our hip, our thigh, our low back. We might even have a little bit of an inner thigh stretch right up in here. Okay, and there should be about 5 breaths. And then inhale, walk yourself back up. Exhale, turn to the front. And now, just to make sure we have all of our roots nicely stretched out for maximum water gathering, let's bring both feet together with the bottoms facing and touching. If you can bring your knees all the way down to the ground, that's great. If not, just let them go out to where they need to. We're not going to be flapping our legs because that might actually tear and pull at some of those muscles that you have there. We are going to take our hands and wrap them around our feet and try to exhale and lean forward just as far as we can. If you can reach forward and touch your head to your feet, that's wonderful. If not, just kind of look at them and wave. I'll get there eventually. Wonderful. Just a couple more breaths here, and you're going to feel that stretch over here in the back of your hips and thighs. And then you're going to inhale and slowly stand your back up one vertebrae at a time until you are upright. We're going to do that one more time, okay? So deep inhale, lengthen and straighten your spine as you go. Exhale and curl your spine down. Let's see how far you can get your head down. Now, don't try to hurt yourself. Don't try to push past what your body's telling you it's willing to do. Just enjoy the stretch. Breathe naturally. We have one more breath left. And then on your next inhale, you're going to roll your back upright until your head finally comes up and your chin and eyes are level with the ground. Good job. Now, what happens next? Now that the seed has been watered and we've gotten some roots down and we've stretched and made sure we got all the water that we need, what do we do next? Well, now we need to start by reaching up those first little tendrils up over our head. And these little arms of ours are going to be those first little tendrils, those first little stems coming up. So put your roots out, put your legs out so that we can gather up the water and minerals that we need. And with your next inhale, go ahead and reach your arms up, all the way up as far as you can, and hold them there for about 3 to 5 breaths. Again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth in a sigh. This is a nice, relaxing, growing routine. Inhale through the nose, exhale with a sigh. Let's do that 2 more times. Again, 3 to 5 breaths each pose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One last time. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Now, this time as you inhale, reach up as high as you can, and exhale and reach back as far as you can without falling over. This is going to take some balance. We're going to tighten up your abdominal area here, your belly muscles. We're going to hold this for 3 to 5 breaths again. We should be about, let's say, 2 breaths in, and then inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And this time, go ahead and bring your arms down in front of you and put them on the floor. We're not going to reach for them yet. We're just going to sit here and feel how our body feels after that. All right, we're going to have to do that one more time and really see if we can feel where our muscles are tensing. Go ahead and inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, reach back. Don't let yourself fall over. And now hold it for about 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do that just one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands back down to the floor. We're not reaching yet. We're just letting them kind of hang there. Kind of shake your shoulders out. That was a lot of work for your shoulders, especially if you're not used to holding your arms up over your head like that. Nice and limber, nice and strong. We're almost ready to poke up through the ground and start growing our stem, huh? So inevitably, when a flower is starting to grow, it's going to peak its stem up, and then it's going to kind of lean to one side or the other. So we're going to do that for the next few poses. We're going to reach up with an inhale. Exhale forward all the way down as far as you can. Now, if all you got is just looking at the floor, go ahead and look at it. But try to reach as far as your little fingers can. We're going to hold this for 3 to 5 breaths. We're about on breath number 2 now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then as you inhale next time, walk your hands back so that you're sitting upright and let your head and shoulders come up. Now, to stretch our sides, we are going to take one hand, put it across our belly, and inhale, bring the other hand up and over. Exhale, down to the side. You should feel a nice stretch all along the side over here from your hips all the way up here to your shoulder blade. We're holding this for about 3 to 5 breaths. Remember, our stem has poked up and it's kind of leaning to one side. Excellent. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring yourself up, arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Then inhale, bring the other arm up. Your first arm across your belly. Exhale right across to the side. And now we're laying down to the opposite side. We're going to do this for each side one more time after this, okay? So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One last time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And this time as you inhale, go ahead and sit upright, bringing your hand up tall. Exhale, bring both hands down to your lap. Bring your feet back together. Wrap your hands around them. And then just let your body rest forward. We're not pushing. We're not stretching. We're just letting our body rest forward as we prepare to grow our stem. Now, to grow our stem, we're first going to come up to our tabletop position. So inhale, push yourself upright. To come to tabletop, go ahead and put your hands down on your mat or on the floor next to you. And bring your knees down behind you so that your shoulders are over your hands and your hips are over your knees. And this is our tabletop. And again, we're still preparing to burst through the ground and grow our stem nice and tall. So let's try some cat and cows to move our spine and help give us a nice strong stance once we get up there. So the cat is you're going to lift your spine, turn your hips and your head down with a nice exhale. And then inhale, sink your spine down, tilt your hips up and your head up with a nice inhale. Let's do that 4 more times for a total of 5, okay? So inhale here. Exhale, bring your spine up, curl your head and hips down, and then exhale or inhale, bringing your spine down, head and hips up. One more time. Exhale, bring your spine up, head and hips down. Nice little cat pose here. Inhale, bring your hips up, head up, and spine down. One more time. Exhale, up into cat. Inhale, down to cow. Let's go ahead and do our little child's pose by pushing our hips over our heels and bringing our hands forward, letting our head come down to the mat. This is going to stretch our backs out and get us ready to climb up and grow our stems above the ground. So when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands back up, come up to hero's pose. And what we're going to do is we are going to stair step our way up to standing to get our stem growing above ground. To do that, we start here in our tabletop posture. Again, hands and wrists under the shoulders, knee under the hips. And this time we're going to tuck your toes. Tuck your toes because they're going to be a little grippy. Make sure your hands have a nice grip on the ground underneath you. And then with your next inhale, you're going to lift your hips up, push back on your heels, and straighten up between your hands and your hips and your hips and your heels. It should kind of look like a tent. And this is your downward facing dog. All right, we're going to pump up 2 times. So we're going to straighten out into plank, which is one straight line from your head to your heels. And then inhale back up to downward facing dog. And do that one more time. Exhale down to plank. Then inhale up to downward facing dog. Wonderful. Now, to get us upright, go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. This is going to put you in a forward fold. You should feel that nice stretch all along your spine and the back of your legs. So when you're ready to become that nice stem to grow your flower on, go ahead and bend your knees forward, like so. Bring your hands up about 3/4 of the way, and you are in chair pose. In this pose, your arms are the leaves, and your head's the little bud. Just starting to get that flower going. Go ahead and inhale, straighten all the way up. Exhale, reach down to your toes again, back to that forward fold. Again, we're doing everything 2 to 3 times, holding for 3 to 5 breaths. And when you're ready, once you're on your 3rd to 5th breath, when you exhale, bend your knees. When you inhale, lift your hands about 3/4 of the way back to your chair pose or intense pose. 3 to 5 breaths here. Then inhale, stretch all the way up. What do you think? One more? One more. Excellent. Go ahead and dive back down with an exhale. Hold it here for 3 to 5 breaths. Let your head rest too. And on your last exhale, bend your knees forward. Inhale, bring your hands up 3/4 of the way. 3 breaths here. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, let your hands fall down to your sides. Now I'm going to turn and face you, but you can stay on the side of your mat or you can turn and be in the middle of your mat. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. From here, we are going to grow our flower. Okay, we've grown our nice stem. We have our leaves to either side. In fact, let's go ahead and make sure these leaves are nice and strong. Okay, take a wide-footed stance, nice and wide. Bring your hands out, palms forward and head up. This is your star pose. You can wave your leaves out in the breeze. And you know, with any kind of storm or any change in the temperature, there's always going to be a breeze waving the leaves for you. And go ahead and stop your hands, come back to stillness. And then let's start with one side, drop it down to the side, flip the other hand palm up and reach up and over. Because sometimes those breezes are really strong, aren't they? So this is a nice wide stance. Almost like the crescent pose. Ooh, we're going to have to do that one too, huh? Next, inhale, bring your hand back up. Exhale, drop it down to your side. Inhale, raise the other hand up. Exhale, reach to the other side. And we're going to do this one more time on both sides. Getting these nice long side stretches. And it even kind of stretches the inner thigh on your opposite side, doesn't it? One more breath. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, drop your hand. Inhale, raise your other hand. And exhale, reach over to the side. Wonderful. Can you feel that stretch? Can you feel that energy just ready to burst into a flower? I'm so excited to be a flower with you today. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, drop your hand. Last time. Inhale, bring your hand back up. Exhale, reach over. Now, you don't have to hurt yourself, so don't try to force yourself into a position. Just go as far as your body's willing to go. One more breath, and then inhale up. Exhale, drop your hands. Now, how does a flower normally look to you? Let's bring our feet back together. Well, a flower normally has a straight stem, right? A couple of little leaves, and then the brilliant flower bud just bursting open. So why don't we pretend that all of us, our whole body, is part of that flower bud that's about to grow. So go ahead and come down to a squat. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center and pretend that you are that bloom blossoming. And with your next inhale, make it nice and long. Reach all the way up. Exhale, let your hands come out wide, back down to your side. And you have just opened up a beautiful flower. Let's try that again. Hands at prayer at heart center. Squat all the way down. Inhale, big, long, deep breath. Bring your hands all the way up overhead. Exhale, let your bloom open into a nice, brilliant bloom. What do you think? You get one more in you? Excellent. Let's do that again. Hands at prayer at heart center. Squat down. And then inhale. All the way up. And exhale. Let that flower burst open and show your beautiful colors. Now, I said I was going to be a sunflower. Do you have a favorite flower? What does that blossom look like? The sunflower is brilliant and yellow and orange and kind of golden colored. What is your blossom's color? Is it your favorite color? Is it a color that just looks beautiful on that flower? How does your flower look? And while you're blossoming here, I want you to try to stand in your mountain pose as your flower. Okay, so for your mountain pose, bring your feet under your knees under your hips under your shoulders, and your shoulders are under your ears. Line everything up, bring your hands to your side. Now I want you to close your eyes and engage your imagination. I want you to picture every detail that you can about the flower that you've grown into. Do you have big, pointy petals? Do you have round, soft petals? Do they look like little hearts? What does your flower look like? Breathe easy and naturally. There's no need to force it now. There's no need to control it. Just let your body breathe what it needs to. Wonderful. Maybe you can comment below and tell me what kind of flower you are. Maybe you're a violet, or maybe you are a tulip with a nice big cup on the top. Maybe you are a bleeding heart, or maybe you are jasmine, or whatever type of flower you are. Imagine it, see it, be it, breathe it as you're standing there in your mountain pose. Just 2 more breaths. Just really, really bring the detail in your mind about your flower. 1 more breath. Go ahead and open your eyes. And now, if you're able to, I want you to cross your feet and bring yourself down to seated in easy pose. Now, if you need to, you can, maneuver however you want, but I think the kids got this one. I'm so proud of you guys. Now that we're seated and we're upright and our posture is good, we can end with a nice little breathing exercise that we've been using through this whole routine. And that is to breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. Can you try this? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Even the flowers need to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Now, while you're breathing, you can close your eyes if you're comfortable and just really, really make your flower come to light. See every aspect of it, the colors, how it moves in the breeze, how the sun shines down and makes bright parts and dark parts and really, really awesome light reflecting or just casting a dark shadow. And then if that doesn't bring a smile to your face, I'm going to encourage you to go outside and find your flower. And that should bring a smile to your face. Make sure you do so safely with your parents' permission. And that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode. I hope that you've enjoyed becoming a flower here in May. My name is Tony. I'm here at Me Time LLC, a massage and yoga studio here in Troy, Alabama. This program is sponsored in part by the Charles Henderson Child Health Center. They are a pediatric physician and dental office taking care of children from birth to age 19. They fund this program through a grant that they received from the Children's Trust Fund, whose purpose is to prevent child abuse and neglect. Thank you so much for blossoming into a flower with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's routine and that you'll join me again next week for another episode of Yoga for Kids and Their Adults. Until then, please be kind to yourself and others. Namaste.